Graphing. Okay, we'll start with question 9 because it's relatively straightforward. Find the equation of the line in standard form. Sorry, for the record, this is from the graphing homework. Question 9. Find the equation of the line in standard form that is parallel to 2x minus y equals 5. And we want the parallel line that is passing through the point three. Then we want the slope and the y-intercept of that. Okay, so step number 1. There's a couple of ways that we can go about this. I'm going to show you both, just so that it's nice and clear. The first way that we can do this, because we're being asked to find the slope and the y-intercept anyway, we'll just rearrange this into slope y-intercept form to work with it. But there is another way. If you didn't necessarily need to find the slope and the y-intercept, there's another way to do it, and I'll show you that one too. Okay? So, starting by rearranging, because I can't spell the word rearrange right now, we'll just say put in y equals mx plus b form. So, then, that means we take our 2x minus y equals 5. The 2x comes to the other side. We have negative y equals negative 2x plus 5. It's negative, so we're going to divide everything by negative 1, which then just gets us y equals 2x minus 5. So, we're looking for, this is the line that we've been given. It's now just in y equals mx plus b form. We want to find the parallel line, which means we're going to use that same slope. So the equation then becomes y equals 2x plus b. So this is really step 2. We want to find b. So we're going to use the point that they've given us. We'll use the point 3, which means we have 3 is equal to 2 times 3 plus b. 2 times 3 is 6, so 3 equals 6 plus b. Trying to be careful so that my b's and my 6's don't look different. The 6 comes over. 3 minus 6 equals b, which is equal to negative 3. So now we know 2 things. We know our slope, it's equal to 2. We know our intercept, which is equal to negative 3. So and the other way, of course, of writing that is going to be 0, negative 3. Then we need to put this all back into standard form. So y equals 2x minus 3. The 2x comes back over. I get negative 2x plus y equals negative 3. Some people don't like the negative as the first term, so we'll change the signs on everything. And we end up with 2x minus y equals 3. So I think your question in there was, why is it negative 3 instead of 3? Has this made that a little bit more clear? Okay, cool. So now if you didn't necessarily need to see the slope and the y-intercept broken out, you can do this. You can find a parallel line in standard form in one step. We can skip a whole bunch of this and we can do something else. Notice how our original question was 2x minus y equals 5, and our parallel line is 2x minus y equals 3. We can get to this place, 2x minus y equals 3, very, very quickly. If we go all the way back to the beginning, 2x minus y equals 5, we want to find a parallel line that passes through the point 3, 3. I'm going to take my 2x minus y, and I'm just going to put a c there for the moment, because that's the only thing that's going to change on the parallel line. I'm going to put my values in. 2 times 3 minus 3, which is to say 6 minus 3, which is 3. Which means that our parallel line, which we already know because we figured it out the other way, 2x minus y equals 3. So that's one of the ways that you can jump to a parallel line in standard form without having to go through the process of rearranging it into slope y-intercept form. Okay. The next question we were looking at question 15. We're going to look at a whole bunch of stuff under question 15. Oops, that's functions I want. Graphic. There we go. Question 15, graph each of the following inequalities. So, uh, 15a is 3x plus 2y less than or equal to 6. All kinds of ways we can go about this. I like to start, we'll just use the intercepts because then I don't have to rearrange anything. So using intercepts, we let x equal 0, then 2y will be equal to 6, y will be equal to 3, so we're at the point 0, 3. We'll let y equal 0, then 3x equals 6, so x equals 2, so we're going to be at the point 2, 0. When we want to throw this onto a graph really quickly, we want the point 0, 3, so 1, 2, 3. We want the point 2, 0, 1, 2, boom. This says less than or equal to, because it's also or equal to, we have a solid line. That's my x-axis, that's my y-axis. Then we'll test the point 0, 0. Is 0 less than or equal to 6? The answer there is yes. There's my 0, 0 point. So I want to shade this side. So that's one of the ways you can do that. The other way that you can do that, and I think it's the way I did it for the answer key, is you can rearrange this into y equals mx plus b form, which, doing that in my head really quick, is going to be y equals negative 3 over 2 x plus 2. No. Plus 3. That's better. Divided by 2. Plus 3. So because of that, we would start at the b at our y-intercept, and we would go down 3 and over 2, which would in fact get us to the exact same place. Okay, going on to b. Which I think is x minus 4y greater than or equal to 8. We start with the related equation, x minus 4y equals 8. Going by the intercepts, we'll let x equal 0. Then negative 4y equals 8, which means y equals negative 2. So our point would be 0. Negative 2. Going the other way, y equals 0. And then x equals 8, and we're at the point 8, 0. Draw out a graph really quick. I need to give myself a little bit more space this time. It's 8, 0, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Way out there. Negative 2, 1, 2. Not so far out. Not as accurate as I would have liked. We'll try that one just again. There we go. That's closer. And it looks like that. Just needs to be rough. Then we test our point 0, 0. Is 0 greater than or equal to 8? No. So we need to be on, that's where 0, 0 is, and answer is no, we need to be on the other side. Again, really quickly, if we were to do this with y equals mx plus b form, our slope y-intercept form, that becomes y equals negative 1/4 x minus 2. So again, we would start it at 2. Minus 1/4 x, that's not right. Plus 1/4 x, that's better. Plus 1/4 x minus 2. So I would go up 1 and over 4, which is again on the line, but you can see then I would be at the point negative 1, 4, just as easily. Any questions while I'm going through all this? This is all making sense? Any of those points would be okay. As long as you've got 2 points and I can see how it is you got the line, you're perfect. we go. So C, oops, forgot to get rid of one. C is going to be 5x plus y greater than or equal to 2. We want the related equation, 5x plus y equals 2. Let x equals 0, then y equals 2, so we're at the point 0, 2. Going the other way, let y equals 0, then 5x equals 2, so x equals 2 over 5, so we will be at the point 2 over 5, 0. That's going to be very steep. X, y. So we want the point 0, 2. There it is. I want the point 2 over 5, 0. Well, 2 over 5 is going to be much more accurate on a computer calculator. 2 over 5 is pretty close to 1/2, so for our purposes, I'm just going to stick it in the middle. That will do fine. Because it's so steep and so tight like this is one of those places where I might be happier using the slope-intercept form. We'll take a look at that really quickly. So rearranging this, it's very quick, easy. The 5 simply comes over, or the 5x rather simply comes over, and so we end up with y equals negative 5x plus 2. We treat this as over 1. It's a little bit easier to see the slope that way. So this would say I'm going to go down 5 and over 1. So if we start at 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then over 1, it's a little bit longer a distance, just a little bit easier to see. And we can do that. And so either point 2. Go with 0, 2, and then down here I'll have 1 and negative 3. Not to forget, let me test our 0, 0 point. Is 0 greater than or equal to 2? No. There's 0, 0. We want the side it's not on, so we shade that side. Question B, 3x minus y less than or equal to 1. We go through the steps, check the related sentence. 3x minus y equal to 1. Let x equals 0. Then negative y equals 1, so y equals negative 1. Let y equals 0. 3x equals 1, so x equals 1/3. Sorry, this means our point is at 0, negative 1, and this means that our point is at 1/3, 0. So again, you can see this is going to be very, very steep. It's again one of those places where we're probably going to want the slope y-intercept form, so I'll do that right away. 3x comes over, and then we divide everything by negative 1, and we end up with y equals 3x minus 1. And we'll treat that as 1. So, quick graph, x, y. Our y-intercept, our b, doesn't change. We're still, oops, wrong direction. Down here at 0, -1. My slope, though, is a positive 3 over 1, so I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, and then over 1. Which then allows me, so I can take the point here, 2, 1, not 3, 1, 2, -1. Do be careful when you're doing that. If you're going from your negative to your positive, just make sure that you're counting correctly if you're using a point other than one you've calculated. And there's the line. Now, in this case, our 0, 0 is falling really, really close to the line. But we do know that it's on the positive side simply because we know that we cross the x-axis at 1/3, so we are positive by just a little bit. Testing our 0, 0 point, is 0 less than or equal to 1? The answer is yes, so we are looking for the 0, 0 side. So we want all of that. Finally, looking at E. This is a good one. Y less than or equal to 3x. So this is an interesting situation. They've actually already given it to us in y equals mx plus b form. This is, if we take the related sentence, y equals 3x, this is already in y equals mx plus b form. We just need to note that our b is going to be 0. So we are crossing the y-intercept right at 0, 0. That's going to be important because it means we can't use our standard 0, 0 as a test. We'll have to choose some other point. Not a big deal. Any point will do. So, because it's already in this form, we can graph it fairly easily. Our slope is 3, also known as 3 over 1. Our intercept is 0, also known as the point 0, 0. So, we start at the point 0, 0. I go up 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go over 1. There it is, and I'm at the point 1, 3. Connect the dots. Everything's good. Now we need a point that's going to be very clear and easy for us to check out. I like this point right here, which is the point 1, 0. So I'm going to put 0 in for y. We'll start with the original thing. Remember, we're looking for y to be less than or equal to 3 times x. So if my y is 0, my x is 1. Is 0 less than 3 times 1, which is to say is 0 less than 3? The answer there is yes. So there's the point. That's this side of the line. Another one very similar, and then we will be through question 15. F is asking us for y less than or equal to -2x. Same situation. We're still in y equals mx plus b form. Just add a couple of things. We're still at 0. Treat this as over 1. My slope is negative 2 over 1. My intercept is at 0, which is to say the point 0, 0. So we start at 0, 0. I go down 2 and over 1. 1, 2, 1. There's my point. Going down 2 and over 1 means I am at the point 1, negative 2, and we started at the point 0, 0. We connect the dots. And again, because we're going through the point 0, 0, we need a different point to test. We'll test our trusty little point of 1, 0 here. So back to our original equation, y greater than or equal to negative 2x if y is 0 and x is 1. Is 0 greater than negative 2? The answer is yes. Because the answer is yes, we want that side. Any questions on any of that? Perfect. Okay, I'm going to go check in on the test writers. Do you have any other questions, or will you be gone when I get back?
I think I'm just going to leave because
okay.
I think that's everything. Yeah, if that's
perfect.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
We'll see you on Tuesday.
Okay, thanks so much.
Thanks, Kayla.